On the news this morning, Anambra government demolishes 4 houses used as kidnappers' den. Candidates for 2025 UTME asked JAMB to live up to expectations. Nigeria-Uganda strengthen trade relations. On the foreign scene, China imposes tariffs on some U.S. products. Note, security is here to stay in Anambra State. In the Anambra, remember, security is everyone's business. And for us to have a more secure and livable Anambra State, let us join forces with the government in securing our stakes. If you see something, say something. Report on scrupulous elements to the security operatives for better security of lives and property. Remember the emergency numbers 5111 and 0800220008. Good morning and welcome to the news. My name is Nonye Ngokoye. Now, Anambra State government Anambra State government has, through its Operations Udogachi initiative, demolished 4 houses used as hideouts by kidnappers at Ezenwanko Uragu Newi, Omo Umejako Newi, and Umobo Obiofia Newichi, all in Newi North local government area. The governor was accompanied by the majority leader, Anambra State House of Assembly, Honorable Ikenna Ofodeme, Mayor of Newi North, Mr. Echezona Anazodo, among others. Speaking, Governor Chukwuma Soludo, represented by his deputy, Dr. Onyeka Chukwu Ibezim, who restated his administration's zero tolerance for any form of crime and criminality, said that his government is out to restore sanity in the state and ensure adequate security of life and property. Neighbors and uncle of the prime suspect, identified as Chinemerem Ofoma, denied knowledge of the notorious activities of the suspected kidnapper. Now, though not a single official of the Anambra State Road Traffic Management Agency, ATMA, or traffic police officer was sighted on roads recently, a good number of motorists were seen willingly obeying the traffic lights newly installed in strategic places in Awka, the state capital. Our correspondent Joseph Ebocha fired this report.
At Kwata Junction, a former commissioner for information and culture in Imo State, Professor Iman Owuns Owamalam, noted that overseas, disobeying traffic lights goes with serious consequences, regretting that here, people, including respectable and responsible individuals, still disobey traffic lights, thereby causing willful damages sometimes. Professor Owamalam, a senior lecturer at Chukwuemeka Odumegwu Ojukwu University, Iwarian campus, explained that obeying traffic lights has significant impact on vehicular movement as they ensure free flow of traffic, and commended the state government for dedicating resources to install traffic lights in the city and other places, urging road users to obey them.
Because I observed that even the private cars and classic cars that are supposed to be driven by respectable and responsible persons, they beat traffic light. That is not fair. That is not fine. If we observe traffic rules as we ought to, life will be very, very good. And the sense for installing the traffic light, mind you that the government paid a lot of money to install these lights. They're not there for fancy. Therefore, they should obey it.
In Awka, Joseph Ebocha reporting for ABS News.
As the registration for the 2025 Unified Tertiary Matriculation Examinations UTME begins, some of the candidates have called on the Joint Admissions and Matriculation Board JAMB, the Entrance Examination Board, to live up to expectations. At some of the registration centers visited within Awka and environs, candidates were seen undergoing the various registration processes, with ICT instructors guiding them on what to do. Queen Anibogo filed this report.
Speaking to the ABS, one of the candidates, Ms. Ogochukwu Omife, whose choice of course is nursing, asked JAMB to ensure that the systems that will be used for the examinations are intact and functional to avoid system shutdown on that day.
Light our system, let them
For Masters Emmanuel Ngene and Uchechukwu Achibili, whose choice of courses are economics and electrical engineering, respectively, they pay 8,700 naira for the JAMB forms. And those challenged so far in the course of registering for the examination, and they are expecting them to do the right thing on exam day, adding that as they are studying very hard for the examination, they believe they will come out with high scores. The ICT manager of one of the centers visited, Mr. Michael Edozie, advised the candidates to be attentive, ensure they get the right information from the right sources, like from certified CBT centers and the Anambra State Director of DAM or the state office, noting that the only challenge facing them now is guiding candidates who are registering for the first time so that they do not make mistakes.
The new candidates who are registering for JAMB for the first time, right, you have to continue to direct them so they don't make mistakes. You understand? Apart from that, every other thing is going on.
Queen Anibogo reporting for ABS News.
An industrialist, Dr. Godwin Okafor, says the Operation Udogachi Security Initiative recently launched by Governor Chukwuma Soludo will no doubt restore the confidence of investors to Anambra State. Correspondent Abuchi Nwozo fired this report.
Dr. Okafor, who is a community leader in Isofia, Agwata local government area, charged those in the private sector to always see it as a responsibility of paying their tax and stipulated levies promptly to enable the government to serve them better.
Energy, infrastructures, human development, we are blessed with natural resources, human resources. So I believe we will try.
On the proposed 50% hike in telecommunication tariff by the federal government, to call for risk total review in order not to cause more hardships to Nigerians.
Let's grow our economy by encourage manufacturers, encourage people who are putting things together to see Nigeria grow.
The International Federation of Women Lawyers, FIDA, has commended the recent launch of Agone Chamber security outfit by the Governor Chukwuma Soludo administration, describing it as apt. The Anambra chapter of the association made the commendation through its chairperson, Barrister Amara Mojeke, at the ABS corporate headquarters in Oka. Emmanuel Okonkwo has the details of that report.
Barrister Mojeke, who described security of life and property as the primary responsibility of every government, lauded Governor Soludo for taking such a bold step when it is mostly needed, saying that the issue of insecurity in the state has drastically reduced since the emergence of the Agone Chamber security outfit. She commended the security outfit for living up to expectations since the inauguration. Barrister Mojeke then made the case for officials of the Agone Chamber security outfit to be well taken care of by the state government as a way of motivating them to continue to put their lives on the line in the interest of the state's residents.
Governor, and this Udogachi, we are very pleased. Look at us working freely in Anambra because of the extent what they have achieved with it before. It's not up to 1 month, and they are already recording strides. We commend the governor, and we say that this collaboration has to continue.
In Oka, I am Emmanuel Okonkwo, reporting for ABS News.
Newspaper vendors in Oka and its environs have decried low patronage from customers, attributing it to the existence of online news sites and harsh economy in Nigeria. This was the response of the vendors when the ABS visited some newspaper stands in Oka to monitor level of patronage of hard copy newspapers recently. Again, correspondent Emmanuel Okonkwo fired this report.
Vendor at a Koka market, who has been in the business for 10 years, Lady Ulomofo and her counterpart, Mrs. Gloria Oji, lamented that sales in newspaper business dropped during the former President Muhammad Buhari-led administration and worsened recently as people now struggle to just feed, appealing that government should make effort towards improving the economy of the country to save people from untold hardship, as according to them, they hardly make money to take care of themselves and their families from the business.
Online, I just now manage. Due to the situation of Nigeria, of the country, plus also Anambra, Nigeria as a whole, things are very difficult, things are very hard. For the card was ego paper. So where is it much patronized than a newspaper?
A newspaper buyer, engineer Obioha Etido, said he would never stop buying hard copy newspapers as it helps him save vital information for future purposes. A thing he said is an advantage the hard copy has over the soft copy.
These days they continue publishing on Tuesday. Guardian no longer publishes. Same only May, but the one that is consistent today is this day. So I make sure I patronize it. As much as it's 400 naira, costing more than every other newspaper.
Emmanuel Okonkwo reporting for ABS News.
Nigeria and the Ugandan government have strengthened trade relations following the appointment of the Ugandan trade representative, Mr. Ani Basi Eyo, to Nigeria, marking a step in implementing the African Continental Free Trade Area Agreement. According to a statement, the appointment preceded the signing of commitment export orders, paving the way for Uganda's first official shipment of goods to Nigeria. The event coincided with the commissioning of the Free Zones Export Facility at Entebbe International Airport and the launch of Uganda's AFCFTA implementation strategy. Uganda's President Yoweri Museveni, who witnessed the signing, described regional trade as a catalyst for economic transformation. On the foreign scene, in response to U.S. President Donald Trump's 10% blanket tariffs on Chinese products, China has said it is imposing tariffs on a number of U.S. products, while an antitrust investigation into Google was also announced. The announcement came on the same day U.S. President Trump's 10% blanket tariffs on Chinese products were set to take effect. The Chinese Ministry of Commerce said it would impose a 15% tariff on coal and liquefied natural gas (LNG) products, as well as a 10% tariff on crude oil, farm equipment, and large displacement cars. The ministry noted that the actions of the U.S. seriously damage the rules-based multilateral trading system, undermine the foundation of economic and trade cooperation between China and the U.S., and disrupt the stability of global industrial and supply chains. Now on sports news, the intense rivalry between Nigeria and Brazil in table tennis will be reignited as two of the best players from these nations, Kadiri Aruna and Hugo Calderano, clash in the second round of the men's singles at the WTT Singapore Smash 2025. Exactly 1 year after their last encounter at the 2024 WTT Finals in Doha, the Nigerian star will face off against the Brazilian sensation in what promises to be an explosive match between continental champions. Calderano holds a slight edge, having won two of their 3 previous meetings. However, Aruna has the psychological advantage, having triumphed in their most recent match in Doha. Aruna began his campaign at the Singapore Smash 2025 with a hard-fought 3-1 victory over South Korea's Oh Jung-soon. And with that sports news, we conclude the news. But remember, you can follow news and programs on ABS from any part of the world by liking our Facebook page. Follow us at Anambra Broadcasting Service. Subscribe to our YouTube at ABS Television Oka, on X at ABS Radio TV, and on Instagram at ABS Radio TV. You can also log on to our website at www.absradiotv.com. And the main news again. Anambra government demolishes 4 houses used as kidnappers' den. Candidates for 2025 UTME have asked JAMB to live up to expectations.